Hi everyone. This is Owen from Braincell, and our product's name is called Quick Learner, a convenient quiz sharing platform. Before starting introducing our product, first of all, on behalf of all the team members, we want to thank Jaren for providing us this opportunity of this project. I also want to say thank you to the mentor teams, including Lightman, Jackie, our front-end teacher, our back-end teacher, Mason, and other two mentors, Ginger and Ray. We also appreciate about help from the tutors and BA, including Kitman, our dev tutor, William, our DevOps tutor, and Crispin, our business analysis. Finally, we want to thank all our team lead Ming and all our dev team members and DevOps team members. We cannot create such a good product without everyone's hard working. So next, let me introduce our presentation schedule. Our presentation will take about 15 minutes. And firstly, I will quickly introduce the features of our product. Next, our team lead Ming will show a demo of our website and code. And in the last part, our DevOps team will explain about the DevOps. About our product, the initial inspiration of the product is from people's requirements of quick learning. Everybody wants to learn differently, and everyone can share their knowledge about the features of our product. Firstly, I will introduce the function we have implemented so far. So we have creating quiz functions, and we can also share quiz by code, and the user can attend a quiz. And we also have a dashboard visualization function, and the user can also upload user image and upload image for quizzes. And they can also do account management. And we still have some functions in the user acceptance testing stage. So the data visualization function and the share quiz by link function will be added into our product in the future. So next, Ming will show a demo of our website.
Hi everyone, I'm Ming from Braincell Group. So I'm really happy to demonstrate our final products, Quick Learner here. So if you just quickly access this URL, you can just check our website information in our homepage, and you can browse our cookie policy and privacy policy if you want. And we have About Us page if you want to know us, if you want to know more about us, you can just check it. But mostly our function is in our dashboard. So we provide we require the user to registration, so we can make sure that everyone can use this dashboard correctly. We provide two options for our user to registration. So first, you can just simply, sorry, I just forgot to copy. Simply copy or use your personal emails as email address to registration. And you will receive the emails in your email systems quickly. Sorry, yeah, and now you can click the link and using your email and password then to register to log in. And if you are a new user, we require you to create a quiz first to see our dashboard, or you can just browsing any other any other person's quiz in our explore page. So first, I want to introduce a really simple functionality. So you can customize yourself. You can customize your user avatar, and you can customize your name. And also you can change your password here. But yeah, time's limited, so I just present here. So the other options you can log in. So if you're tired about registrations and verification, you can just choose your personal email, a Google email to log in. And right now you can see a dashboard page. Yeah, because I'm right now a real user of our platform. I create a quiz and I answer a few questions. So you can see the quiz I create here and the commitments in our dashboard visualization and my activities in the dashboard. So next, I want to show you the core functionality about our platform. So first is a create quiz. As we said in the proposal, this is our core functionality. So first, you can upload any quiz cover by using this email corp and type the quiz names you want and input grades and time limited you want it and select the difficulty. And you can write description or not. It depends on yourself because the description is optional. And next, you can select quiz topics. So you can select our predefined quiz topic, or you can add a new one. But if the quiz topic is already there, we are not allowed you to add it. So probably just select the book. And right now, you are entering the create questions page. We require you to create one questions for we can create like multiple choice questions or fill in blank questions. So first, type a question body. So what's the book's name? So if you only have two options, we require you to at least have one correct answer. And if you have multiple options, you can select like two correct answers. So these questions will become multiple selections questions. So if you only have one correct choice, it will be, sorry, so duplicate choice is not allowed as well. So if you only have one correct answer, it will be a single selection questions. So I just quickly create some example here. Yeah, and the other one is the fill in blank questions. So fill in blank questions, we need user to exactly write the correct answer here. So it will be like, yes, and these questions can be clicked by publish. And right now you can see I have two quiz in my quiz page, and you can edit or modify later. But right now I want to go through our second core functionality is answering quiz. So you can, when you want to enter a quiz, you can either share a quiz code with your friends, and when they log in, they can just simply like copy the code and join this. You can browsing all the information in the quiz, and this you have option to tick this time ticker. So if you tick it, so the timer will start automatically, and you have a progress bar to tracking all your process. So right now, yeah, I just simply adding this submitted. Yeah, and you can answer the questions, and you will have your accuracy rate, and your correct answer will be displayed, and your answer will be displayed as well. And if we to look at the different quiz question type. So for multiple choice, multiple selections questions, you can select more options as you want. Yeah, and right now you can check the results here as well, just to demonstrate different types of questions. And next part is about editing a quiz. So if you want to edit in your quiz, you go to my quiz page. You can browsing the quiz as a list. You can copy code here and browsing all the informations, or you can just using these visualize tools, and it's more easier for you to look at the pictures. For example, I want to edit the phone cover, the photo cover. So I don't need to show the quiz name, the book names in our quiz cover. So the answer will be no early. So yeah, and I can change the what's the book names, like what's the book's author. I'm not sure. I forget about this. So probably Annie, and you can change the correct answer or yeah, and publish. And if you click it, you will see all the information updated, and you can start to answer this quiz as well. Jenny, I'm not sure. Yeah, and yeah, so after you answer those questions, we have a functionality for user to checking their commitments here. So if you answer the quiz every day, so you will have a really beautiful commitment here. Also, you can check all your results, like your answers here. So for example, I already answered 2 quiz. So if we check in all the quiz result. You can see all your answer before and how many attempts here. And yeah, and basically this is how we recorded all the users' data and let them to check how's the results going. And finally, it's our explore page. So explore page is display all the quizzes and created by yours and by others or your friends. You can answer them by simply clicking, and or you can use our quiz filter. So for example, you want the quiz less than 20 minutes. So we show all the quiz less than 20 minutes. And if you want the category, and you will show all the other categories quiz and the difficulty. Yeah, and the quiz filter is works together. And yeah, that's pretty much our functionality. And for more introducing about the popular category, we are calculating all the users quizzes, selections, quiz type in our backend. So we're using MongoDB, Mongo's aggregations to output these 5 popular category. Yeah, they are not fake data. Yeah, so for user to assess this quiz quicker and browsing this category as like popular category as the one. Yeah, that's pretty much our demonstrations. And next I will just simply show our code base. So this is front-end code base. We have a really big front-end file structure. So we're using React toolkits. So we're writing our all Redux in Redux slices, and we are writing all the components by ourselves.
你没有 share 你的屏幕。
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so can you see that? Yeah, so our teams are writing all the components by themselves. So we are using libraries as well, but we are keep our components as native as themselves. So they are writing the components as a JS file and as a SAS file. Yeah, so we got advice like simplify these components. So we currently are doing our refactor and writing more testing for our front end. And our backends, we are using really like a simple file structure provided from our tutor Kitman. Really thanks for his help. And yeah, and we basically write a Swagger to you see my screen? A Swagger for our front-end developer to when they are developing, they can check in all the APIs here. Yeah, and next part, welcome our DevOps to demonstrate their infrastructure.
Hi, I'm Xavier, and now let me introduce the infrastructure of the Quick Learner. We implemented a single region 3-tier architecture. Next page, please. Yeah, and the content of application layer has been delivered into a S3 bucket and has been accelerated through CloudFront. We mainly use the ECS for our logical layer, and the auto scaling policy has been applied to our ECS service so that the service will be auto scaled when the memory utilization reaches to a certain benchmark. As for the security issue of the logical layer, the security group we set for ECS service only allow the request from the load balancer so that the task container in our ECS service cannot be accessed through its public IP. But in the future, we will try to apply private subnet and an NAT gateway to make the backend more secure. The two Lambda function has been deployed with serverless framework, and one of them has been corresponded to AWS SES service in order to achieve our email service. We also run an instance for Grafana, which can receive CloudWatch log for ECS and application load balancer. An OpenSearch cluster has been implemented to analyze the VPC log. This was achieved through a VPC flow log for collecting log stream into a CloudWatch log group, and a Lambda function has been implemented automatically to subscribe the OpenSearch service we created. Next page, please. And according to the four golden signal theory, we have set our Grafana dashboard with 6 graphs. the ECS service memory utilization, ECS service CPU utilization, the load balancer message count, the ECS service message count, and the load balancer response error rate, and the load balance average response time. And the next page, please. As the CloudWatch and Grafana can only provide a very general system performance, we also looked for the way to construct the logging dashboard. We finally implemented OpenSearch as our logging system. Although currently it is only a prototype and we can only subscribe the VPC log, but we can try the same way to subscribe other service log in order to figure out a specific system issue in the future. And next, Grace will introduce our Cicd pipelines.
Okay, for Cicd pipelines, we implemented a front-end pipeline and a back-end pipeline for each UAT branch and production branch. For front-end pipelines, they will trigger to build each time the code merge happen on Bitbucket onto the selected branch. Code pipeline will fetch the build spec YAML file from the source code to install packages and build the application. The built artifacts will be deployed on S3 bucket as a static host web page. Next page, please. Okay, for backend pipelines, they will also trigger to build when there's a code merge onto the target branch. Code pipeline will fetch Docker file and build spec YAML file from the source code to Dockerize backend and create a Docker file. To create a Docker image. This Docker image will be pushed to ECR and update the task definition. And then the code deploy will initialize new cluster services and tasks on ECS based on the updated task definition. For data security and confidentiality, we apply environment variables for all pipelines so that there are no credentials written in the source code. Instead, they are stored in the code build as environment variables. They can only be accessed by our team members to prevent confidential leaks. They will also be called each time the pipeline builds. But this is not the best practice though. In the future, we can improve on it and better protect our data using server-side encryption tools, such as KMS, which is the AWS Key Management Service. Next page, please. So we also plan to implement our pipelines with Jenkins for better practice. Due to time constraints, we only managed to finish the front-end pipeline on Jenkins, which pretty much follows the same procedures, but instead of a build spec YAML file, we'll be using Jenkins file. And it is a little bit more complex that involves Jenkins plugins, Jenkins syntax, and etc. to be able to connect to AWS. But what we can improve in the future, we hope to finish the pipelines on Jenkins to get familiar with different CI/CD tools because Jenkins is more cost efficient compared to the code pipeline, and it is more versatile. They can be used on different cloud platforms, whereas code pipeline is subject to use on AWS. And this is all for our CI/CD part. Next up, we've got Kevin Lee to introduce the Terraform part.
Thank you, Grace. So after all the configuration and management we've done so far in the console, we started to get a bit frustrated to having to remember what buttons to click or what values to input. Then we thought that it might be a good idea to introduce Terraform to our project. So as an IAC tool, Terraform helps us to modulate different parts in our infrastructure in a form of code, so that we can share the modules within the team or even reuse them for some other projects. And the idea of building our Terraform structure is very similar to what we did for our original system design, like Xavier just talked about. So in total, we have 9 modules, obviously starting with the VPC module that creates all the subnets, gateways, route tables, and etc. And then just follow along the numbers. So the idea behind why we divide our modules in such a way is because number one, we want every module to be reusable. So we try to create the modules as small in size and also functionalities as possible. Like what we see in the ECS module, there's a few submodules in it, just waiting for be reused. And also the second reason is for simplicity. So we integrate all the IAM roles and security groups in the modules that really needs them. Instead of just making them as individual modules. With everything said, this is still a preliminary Terraform setup. Definitely more things need to be done. say, for example, working with different resources or using different states or adding different workspaces to, to cover the infrastructure more holistically. Also, this setup we've done so far hasn't achieved the state of being fully autonomous. We still need to configure some parts in the module to make it work as intended. And that's something that we need to keep working on. And yeah, that's it for the Terraform part. And we'll also wrap up the whole presentation. Thank you all for listening. And now we invite any questions. Thank you.